is still the Money Zone, proudly sponsored by GCB Bank. And I'm proud to say, and I'm actually making an observation, that since the Money Zone started, nobody has left the stage crying. The stakes are even higher in the semifinals. Each correctly answered question fetches some points, and each point is worth 10 Ghana cedis. At the end of the contest, we'll do the calculations. The total amount will go to the 3 contestants for each team and 1 teacher from that team. So a lot at stake today. So we bring you the first semi-final contest, which features Mfantisipim School. Ghana National College. And Adisadel College. Let's meet the contestants. Ghana National College. Ghana National College is represented by
Elizabeth Linda, final year.
Obin Amakunita David, final year.
You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
How are you?
Yeah, fine, thank you.
Wonderful. It must be a great feeling to be in the semifinals.
Yes.
Sure.
Can you describe it?
All along, we haven't found it that easy, but we pray and we hope that God will take us to the finals.
All right, so that's a feeling.
Yes, that's a feeling.
Anyway, what have you felt or what do you think about the competition so far? What are your impressions of the competition so far, this year's competition?
So far, this year's competition has been very interesting. It's
Interesting?
nice. Yes.
All right. The contest today. What to expect?
A win.
A win?
Yes.
Best wishes to you.
Thank you.
Mfantisipim School. Oh, you may sit. Mfantisipim School is represented by
Owusu James, final year.
Adisadel, final year.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, madam.
How are you doing?
Yeah, fine.
What does the semi-finals feel like?
I'm short of words.
Short of words, I see. All right, no problem. And your impressions of the 2018 edition of the National Science and Math Quiz?
It's very competitive and very involving.
Very involving, very competitive. That's normal. Okay, this contest, what are we expecting?
We're expecting that the same God who did it for us in 1999 and 2014 will do it for us today. Adisadel College. Adisadel College is represented by
Sasuke Rampedu, final year.
Quay Jeffrey, final year.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, madam.
How are you?
We are doing good.
You're doing well.
Yes, please.
That's wonderful. What does it feel like to be in the semifinals?
It's a very great excitement being in the semi-final.
Excitement?
Yes, please.
Okay, that's good. And your impressions of our competition, the 2018 edition?
This year's competition has been very competitive, and there have been some surprising results here and there.
So you've enjoyed it?
Yes, please.
Okay, that's wonderful. This contest, what are we expecting?
With God on our side, we shall emerge victorious.
All right. Best wishes. Viewers, we've met the contestants. Everyone is promising victory. The two colleges and the school. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge that the National Science and Math Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service through the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools. We also have support from GCB Bank, Accra College of Medicine, Medifem Multi-Specialist Hospital and Fertility Center, Lancaster University, Ghana, Academic City College, West African Center for Cell Biology of Infectious Pathogens, WACBIB, Awake Purified Drinking Water, GTP, MFA Jewelry, and Hoti Makeup. The mentorship sessions are sponsored by Bond Savings and Loans and RMG Ghana, and SciTech Fair 2018 was sponsored by GOIL, Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, and Talo Ghana Limited. Our media sponsors are City FM and Joy News. This is a prime-time production. My name is Elsie Efa Kaufman. I'm your quiz mistress. Contestants, the contest, as always, comes to you in 5 rounds. The first round is a round for fundamental concepts. The questions are simple and direct. I'm expecting simple and direct answers from you. If you answer your major question correctly, for questions that require calculations, you have 30 seconds to present your answer. There are no calculations, you have 10 seconds to do so. All of the questions are to be attempted once only. Best wishes to all 3 schools. First set of questions will require about 10 seconds of your time. I have a short preamble, after which I'll come to you at Adisadel College. This is the preamble. When I get to your school, I will give you a description. Taxes to which the description refers. I hope you got the preamble. When I get to you, I will give you a description. State the type of taxes taxes to which the description refers. All right, so now Adisadel College. The form of taxes seen in many aquatic organisms, example, fish, whereby they will generally tend to face into an oncoming current. Yes, Asu?
Barrel taxes.
That's incorrect for bonus. The right answer is real taxes. Mfantisipim school. The orientation of movement by an organism with sensory receptors toward or away from a particular source of stimulation. That is a taxis in which an organism orients itself in respect to a stimulus, such as a light source, as though that were the only stimulus acting on it. Answer bell.
Photo taxi. Photo taxi.
That's incorrect. For bonus. The right answer is telotaxis. Ghana National College. The straight movement by an organism towards or away from a source of stimulation as a result of comparing information received by paired sensory receptors on both sides of the body. That is a taxis in which an organism orients itself by the simultaneous comparison of stimulus of different intensity acting on separate end organs. Yes, Elizabeth Linda.
Neurotaxis.
That's incorrect. For a bonus. The right answer is tropotaxis. Yes. That's why we are in the semi-final. Next set, 10 seconds. Adisadel College. Define the term screening effect used in connection with atoms and explain how screening effect is expected to vary across a period of the periodic table. Sasu.
Screening effect. It is the reduction in the force of attraction by the nucleus for the valence electrons as a result of the presence of the core electrons. And as one moves across the period, the screening effect remains relatively constant.
Yes. Mfantisipim school. Define the term effective nuclear charge and state how effective nuclear charge will vary down a group in the periodic table. Yes, also up here.
Effective nuclear charge refers to the net attraction of the protons in the neutrons on the valence electrons of the atom, resulting in the decrease in the size of the atom. And down the group, it decreases.
Yes. Ghana National College. Use screening effect and effective nuclear charge to explain the variation of atomic radius across a period in the periodic table. Nathan David.
As you move across the period, atomic numbers increases. Therefore, there is an increase in nuclear charge. That's the force of attraction that the nucleus of the atom has for the valence electrons, thereby causing an increase in effective nuclear charge, where there's a screening effect is decreased. Therefore, as you move across the period, the atomic radius generally decreases since the nucleus has a greater force of attraction for the valence electrons, thereby shrinking the size of the atom and making it small.
I'm going to give you 2 out of 3. There was one element that you didn't get right, which is the screening effect of the core electrons is constant. That doesn't change. But everything else you said was right. That's why you have 2 out of 3. All right. Next set, 30 seconds with a preamble. Preamble to all schools. Solve the given trigonometric equation for x in the interval 0 degrees less than x less than 360 degrees. That's the preamble. I hope you got that. Again, solve the given trigonometric equation for x in the interval 0 degree less than x less than 360 degrees. All right, so now, Adisadel, sine of x is equal to root 2 over 2. Sasu.
X is 45 degrees and x is 135 degrees.
Okay. With the same preamble, cosine of x is equal to root 3 over 2. Owusu-Apia.
The value of x is 30 degrees and 330 degrees.
Yes. With the same preamble, tangent of x is equal to square root of 3. Yes, Nathan David.
X can be 60 degrees. Also, x can be 240 degrees.
Yes. Next set, 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. In each of the following situations, a charged particle enters a region where both an electric field E and a magnetic field B exist. The E field is perpendicular to the B field, and the velocity of the particle is perpendicular to both when it enters the field region. Did you get it? All right. In each of the following situations, a charged particle enters a region where both an electric field E and a magnetic field B exist. The E field is perpendicular to the B field, and the velocity of the particle is perpendicular to both when it enters the field region. So now the questions. A particle of mass 6.4 times 10 to the power negative 17 kilogram and charge 3.2 times 10 to the power negative 19 coulomb is accelerated from rest through a potential difference of 20.0 volts into the crossed fields. Find the ratio of the electric to the magnetic field strength if the particle is undeflected by the fields. Sasu,
The ratio is 3:2.
that's incorrect. For bonus, the right answer is √5/5 or 0.45. Mfantisipim School, with the same preamble. A charged particle accelerated from rest through a potential difference of 100.0 volts passes through the field region undeflected when E is equal to 40.0 volts per meter and B is equal to 0.200 Tesla. Find the charge to mass ratio of the particle. Yes, Adisadel.
Okay, it would be 1:200.
That's incorrect. For bonus. The charge to mass ratio is 200 coulomb per kilogram. With the same preamble, Ghana National. A charged particle accelerated from rest passes through the field region undeflected when E is equal to 400.0 volts per meter and B is equal to 0.0200 Tesla. Find the accelerating potential if the charge to mass ratio of the particle is 1.76 times 10 to the power 11 coulomb per kilogram. Nathan David.
8.30 times 10 to the power 10 volts.
That's incorrect. For bonus. Next set is actually a single question to all schools, after which I will go around for right answers. No bonus. Okay? So single question, I'll come to you, give me a right answer, and then I'll move on for a next right answer, which is different. Okay, so this is a question. Proteins have active sites with a wide variety of properties that enable them to bind specifically to different substrates. When I get to your school, please mention only one property of proteins which influences yes,
pH of the medium.
The substrate in relation to the enzyme or protein molecule.
I'll give you 2. No, actually, I'm changing my mind. I'll give you 1. Ghana National. Yes, Elizabeth Linda.
Okay. Proteins are temperature sensitive, that is, and they're also pH sensitive, that is, they can work within a particular, they can work properly within a particular temperature and pH range.
No. Okay. I was asking about the properties of the protein itself. The properties of the protein itself. So size and shape. Size and shape. That's one of them. Polarity or non-polarity. Positive or negative charge. Hydrophobicity or hydrophilicity. And then special properties of cofactors. You were all over the place. Shall I even withdraw the 1 point? Next set, 10 seconds. Explain the observation that though the hybridization of the bonding orbitals of nitrogen is sp3, the HNH bond angle is 107 degrees instead of 109.5 degrees. Sasu.
Madam, although the hybridization of the nitrogen is sp3, the nitrogen contains a lone pair of electrons, and this lone pair of electrons repel the bonded electrons to an extent such that it decreases the bonding angle. That's why that's why the bonding angle is 107 degrees instead of the normal 109.5
Yes.
degrees.
Phosphine, pH3, like ammonia, is pyramidal with the HPH bond angle 93 degrees, compared with the NH bond angle of 107 degrees. Explain why the bond angle is different from that of ammonia. Yes, Ansabel.
This occurrence is due to the fact that there are a greater number of non-bonding electrons on the phosphorus atom in the phosphine molecule, and thus this causes a greater electron repulsion, and thus it decreases the bond angle between the phosphorus atom and the hydrogen atoms, as compared to ammonia, in which there's a lesser number of non-bonding electrons on the nitrogen atom. Thus, there's a lesser electron repulsion.
For a bonus. Okay. So, 3 of the hybridized orbitals of phosphorus form bonds with hydrogen to give a trigonal pyramid structure. That one is given. The 4th orbital contains the electron pair. It's not more electrons, there's still the electron pair. But this orbital is larger than that of the nitrogen. It's a larger orbital. And so repulsion between the non-bonding electrons and the covalent bonds will be greater. And hence you have the smaller HPH angle. It's the size of the orbital that causes this problem. All right. Ghana National. The dipole moments per molecule of BCl3 and NH3 are 0 and 1.49 dBi units respectively. How do you account for this observation? Yes, Nathan David.
What's the shape of this? Write it. Considering the shape of BCl3 and NH3, we have the shape of BCl3 to be trigonal planar, and we have the shape of NH3 to be pyramidal shape. Now, looking at the way the chlorine atoms are bonded to the boron atom, you realize that the molecule is such that it is symmetrical, and the bond angle between them is 120 degrees. Thereby, the dipole moments cancel out. So the BCl3 molecule will have a net dipole of 0. Considering the NH3 molecule, the way hydrogen is bonded to nitrogen in the molecule, because of the presence of a lone pair of electron, that's a single lone pair of electron on the nitrogen, there is repulsion between the bonded pair of electron and a lone pair of electron. Therefore, the shape of the NH3 molecule is not all that symmetrical, and there is dipole moments because of the electronegativity difference between the nitrogen and the hydrogen. And NH3 is not symmetrical. Therefore, electrons are concentrated
how long can you go on?
One side than another side. So there is a net dipole in the NH3 molecule.
2. All right. So the short answer to all of this is this. Planar, with Cl evenly distributed around the B. And so the BCl dipoles will cancel out. NH3 is pyramidal, and so the dipoles don't cancel out. Next set, 30 seconds. I have a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Find the equation of the image of the circle x minus 3 all squared plus y plus 2 all squared is equal to 25. Did you get your preamble? Again. Find the equation of the image of the circle. Expression x minus 3 squared plus the expression y plus 2 squared is equal to 25. So now your question. After reflection in the line y is equal to x, Sasu.
We have into bracket the expression x plus 2, the expression squared, plus into another bracket the expression y minus 3, the expression squared is equal to 25.
Yes. With the same preamble, after reflection in the Oswapia.
Madam, you're having the equation of the circle to be the square of the expression x minus 3 plus the square of the expression 2 minus y is equal to 25.
That's incorrect. Yes, Kwei.
The expression x minus 3 all squared plus the expression y minus 2 all squared is equal to 25.
Yes, that's the right one. Ghana National College with the same preamble. After reflection in the y-axis, yes, Nathan David.
The square of the expression x plus 3 plus the square of the expression y plus 2 is equal to 25.
Yes. Next set, 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. A series of position and linear momentum measurements are made on a particle. After each measurement, the particle is returned to its initial state before a repetition of the measurement of another type of measurement is made. Did you get your preamble? All right, so Adisadel, if the x-coordinate results have an uncertainty of 4.0 picometers, what can the smallest value of the uncertainty in the x component of linear momentum be? Sasu.
Okay, so we have 1.3 times 10 exponent negative 23 Newton seconds.
Yes. With the same preamble, if the x-coordinate results have an uncertainty of 4 picometers, what can the smallest value of the uncertainty in the y component of the linear momentum be? Yes, Ansabel.
0 Newton seconds.
Yes. Ghana National with the same preamble. If the y component of linear momentum results have an uncertainty of 4.0 piconewton second, what can the smallest value of the uncertainty in the y coordinate be? Yes, Elizabeth Linda.
8.3 times.
There's nothing wrong with your bell. Ten seconds with a preamble. State and explain whether the following feedback mechanisms are examples of positive or negative feedback. That's the preamble. I hope you got it. State and explain whether the following feedback mechanisms are examples of positive or negative feedback. You got it? All right, so now your question. A ripe banana on a banana plant produces ethylene, which causes the surrounding banana fruits to ripen. And they, in turn, produce ethylene until all of the bananas on the plant are ripe. Sasu.
Madam, it's an example of positive feedback. And this is because as the ripe bananas produce the ethylene, it causes the unripe ones to also ripen. Hence, they seem to move in the, they seem to promote the mechanism, as they promote the process for the.
Yes. With the same preamble. The stomach uses the enzyme pepsin to digest proteins. It first secretes pepsinogen, which is an enzyme in an inactive form. When food is taken into the stomach and needs to be digested, pepsinogen is converted to pepsin. Answer bell.
It's a positive feedback mechanism, and this is due to the fact that the pepsin, which is present in the stomach, would be activated to form pepsin, which is in greater quantity. So more pepsinogen will be converted by the stomach juices to produce pepsin, hence to facilitate the process of digestion in the stomach. So the input of pepsinogen will lead to more pepsin output.
Ghana National College. When there is a cut in part of someone's body, the body releases chemicals that activate blood platelets. Platelets are responsible for stopping bleeding by forming clots. Elizabeth Linda.
This is an example of positive feedback. This is because the presence of the blood platelets produces signals which are picked up by the blood cells to produce more platelets to go to the area of the cut, thus helping to stop the bleeding on time and facilitating the clotting of the blood.
Yes. Next set, 30 seconds. Adisadel. Manganese 7 oxide is stable at 0 degrees Celsius, but it explodes at 10 degrees Celsius to give manganese 4 oxide and oxygen gas. Please give a balanced equation for the explosive reaction. Which of you, please? Yes, Kwei.
2Mn2O7 producing 4MnO2 plus 3O2.
Yes. Antimony 3 sulfide, which occurs in an ore stibnite, reacts with oxygen to give the volatile oxide Sb4O6 and SO2. Please give a balanced equation for the reaction. Yes, answer bell.
It's 2Sb2S3 plus 9O2 going into Sb4O6 plus 6SO2.
Yes. Dioxonitrate 3 acid reacts with the iodide ion in acid medium to give nitrogen 2 oxide, iodine, and water. Please give a balanced equation for the reaction. Nathan David.
We have HNO3 plus 2I minus plus H plus going into NO plus I2 plus H2O.
That's incorrect. Yes, which of you answer bell?
It will be HNO2 plus 2H plus 2I minus going into NO plus H2O plus I2.
That's incorrect. The right answer, 2HNO2 plus 2I minus plus 2H plus going to 2NO plus I2 plus 2H2O. Next set, 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Expand the binomial expression in ascending powers of x up to the term in x squared. Indicate the range of values of x for which the expansion is valid. Did you get the preamble? Okay, again. Expand the binomial expression in ascending powers of x up to the term in x squared. Indicate the range of values of x for which the expansion is valid. All right, so your expression, 1 minus 2x all raised to the power negative half. Quay.
The expansion is 1 plus x plus 3x squared over 2. And the range of values of x is minus half is less than x is less than half.
Yes. Your expression, 1 plus 2x all raised to the power negative 2. Oswapia.
Madam, we are having the expansion to be 1 minus 4x plus 12x squared, and the range of values of x for it to be valid is all real numbers.
2 out of 3. It's valid for the absolute value of x is less than half, or negative half less than x less than half, but your expansion was fine. Ghana National, with the same preamble, your expression, 1 minus 3x all raised to the power half. Nathan David.
1 minus 3x over 2 minus 9x squared over 8, and the range of values of x is negative 1 on 3 is less than x is less than positive 1 on 3.
Yes. Last set of questions for the round. Last set of questions for the round, 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Several objects roll from rest without slipping down a plane inclined at 30 degrees to the horizontal. Find the speed of the given object at the bottom of the inclined plane when released from the given height on the plane. Did you get it? You did. Again, several objects roll from rest without slipping down a plane inclined at 30 degrees to the horizontal. Find the speed of the given object at the bottom of the inclined plane when released from the given height on the plane. So at Adisadel College, a solid sphere from a height of 7.0 meters. Sasu.
You have 2 root of 35 meters per second.
I'm not accepting that. Yes, for bonus. Answer Bell.
10 meters per second.
Yes. Your major question with the same preamble. .30 meters.
It is 2.
I'll tell you the reason later, but I think you already know. All right. Ghana National. A thin-walled cylindrical shell from a height of 0.90 meters. You have to give your answer again.
3.00 meters per second.
And I didn't give it to you for a bonus, not for a bonus. The right answer is 3.0 meters per second. And then in Mfantisipim school, I gave you, what was your answer again?
2 points. You just said 2 meters per second.
You just said 2, okay. The right answer was 2.0 meters per second. I gave you warning starting from quarterfinals. All right. So that's the end of the first round.